Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're having a great day, drinking lots of water, staying hydrated, have eaten at some point today. If you haven't had a chance to, because we're sitting back, relaxing, and playing some more Dream Daddy. If you're new here, hi, my name is Maximum, and I'm a variety streamer, so happy to have you here. We're going to jump right into Dream Daddy, because the goal today is to finish the game, hopefully. We have one more day with Damien to go on, and then we're picking between Damien and Matt from our favorite. So we're going to jump right into this. Without further ado, and if this doesn't take too long, I might do another stream with a different game.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Because it's a game I'm really excited for. Anyway, hey Damien, we're gonna go for it. Damien's quirky, but I do like him. He's really fun. I didn't think I'd like him that much, but I had a lot of fun hanging out with Damien the other day. I wonder what he's up to. I open up Dad Book and start writing him a message when Amanda walks in the door. Dad, you got a letter. Is it from Grandma? No, it's from Damien. Can I see it? Amanda hands me a piece of old parchment, folded into an envelope and sealed with purple wax. Dang, this guy goes all out. I pry off the seal and unfold the letter. In the most beautiful calligraphy, the letter reads, Dear Scoobus, I hope you'll find my continued correspondence endearing rather than trying. One can only hope that my use of the slower, more traditional form of communication will showcase my sincere and earnest sentiment that I greatly enjoyed our time together. I wrote this hastily under the warm embrace of excitement, fearful that I might misstep and speak towards something unwelcome. For now, I hope you might forgive my boldness. I will simply say that your company has greatly occupied my thoughts. While the afternoon may have been derailed by forces unforeseen, your companionship helped a great deal, not only in the discipline of my child, but in the morale of my spirit, and for that I thank you. That said, Goobus, if you'll allow me, it would mean the world to me if I could enjoy more of your time. Perhaps a trip to the cinema, followed by a moonlit stroll would be your taste. I eagerly await your response. With great respect, D. Blood March. Okay, Amanda and I both look up from the letter. Wow, he's good. So you're gonna catch a movie with him? Yeah, I better message him on Dad Book and let him know. Amanda slaps my laptop shut. You have to write him back a real letter, but my handwriting looks like two toddlers fighting over a crayon. Dad, you have to. He wrote you a letter. That's so cool. Will you help me? I need to class this up. Father, I was made for this. Here's what you do. Find tickets to a show that you two will like, then enclose them in the letter. That's classy. Amanda and I hop onto my laptop and peruse showtimes. He doesn't seem like a romantic comedy kind of guy. Oh, here's one. Vampire Crusade 2. Evil Never Dies. I don't know, that sounds kind of stupid. Actually, it's a critically acclaimed exploration into the ennui of existence. It really turns the vampire trope on its head. Really? Now there's a lot of blood and vampire titties. Well, let's roll the dice. I purchase the tickets and print them out, and then sit down at the table with Amanda to try drafting a nice letter. I start writing. Damien, I hope this letter finds you in good health. Good one. What's next? What the heck? I must confess my immature control in the written word. Have some faith in yourself. Okay, we're trucking along. Let him know how you're feeling. You... The same after our last encounter. Nice. Ask him to hang out already. True art takes time, Amanda. Bring it home, Pops. Escort you to the cinema. Smooth. Calling it the cinema is a classy move. Enclosed, you'll find 2 tickets to Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies, which I'm sure you'll find both titillating and enjoyable. Hard daps. Best wishes. My full name, fancier that way. Goobus Goobers. Is this okay? Amanda reads over my sloppy handwriting. Yeah. You spelled his name wrong. What? Nah, just trying to keep you on your toes. Now all you have to do is seal it and put it in his mailbox. Can I seal it with tape? It's not authentic enough. I have an idea. I'll be right back. She returns with a candle, a letter, and a small piece of wood. You gotta have a wax seal. She lights a candle, which starts to burn down and form a pool of melted wax. What's the other thing? Amanda pours some of the wax onto the folded letter and expertly presses a small piece of wood into it. She lets it dry for a second and pulls the wood away, revealing, here it is, your sigil. A little kitten with a bow on its head. Awesome. Scrapbooking stuff always comes in clutch. I guess all there is to do is deliver it to his doorstep now, huh? Oh, I thought we were getting a carrier pigeon to do it. I already called my guy. I have a pigeon guy. Marcus has a good pigeons. Don't get your pigeons from Anthony. They're no good. I don't want to know if any of this is true. I head outside and walk over to Damien's house. I slip the letter into the slot in his door and go back home. Mission accomplished? Now we play the waiting game. The night finally rolls around where I'm supposed to meet with Damien. The next day, he had left another beautifully crafted letter thanking me for mine and agreeing to the evening. Amanda helps me to pick out a nice outfit and I show up to the theater a little bit early. It's a chilly night and the theater is kind of crowded, but it's still nice. How do you do? I jump at the sound of his voice and turn around to see Damien right behind me. He almost gave me a heart attack. How long were you there for? I don't know, I just walked up. My apologies for frightening you. Was that thunder? Is it going to rain soon? I didn't hear anything. What?
Oh,
What?
my.
Regardless, the hour grows close. Shall we take our seats in the cinema? I must thank you again for purchasing our tickets. Please allow me to repay the deed in Sour Patch Kids, or perhaps Milk Duds. Let's do it. We get in line to buy snacks. As we're waiting, I hear a familiar voice behind us. My dad's here. Turn around and find Lucien standing a few feet behind us with a gaggle of other goth kids. Lucien, how nice to see you. I didn't know you were coming to the theater. I'm glad to see you spending some quality time with your friends. Whatever, Dad. What movie will you be attending tonight? My friends are making me see some kids' movie about talking animals. Don't really care about it.
Oh,
Do hope you enjoy your evening. We'll be watching Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies.
oh, my.
You watching that? Yeah, I thought Damien would enjoy it.
Huh.
Good luck with that, Dad. Lucien rejoins his friends and I look over to Damien. Good luck with what? It's nothing. My son loves to tease. We wait in line for a little longer and Damien buys us snacks. He seems a little nervous. I wonder what's wrong.
Huh.
Damien and I take our seats and settle in for previews. Glancing at him, I can see he's sweating profusely and gripping his armrest. Is everything okay? Everything is perfectly fine. I'm so excited for this film, and I'm a devoted patron of the arts, especially the scary arts. The scarier they are, the better. Do you have a favorite horror movie? Of course I have a favorite horror movie. Mine is Halloween Town. Terrifying. Interesting. That's odd. I don't seem to remember Halloween Town being that scary. Damien's knuckles are turning white. Wait a second. Damien, are you afraid of horror movies? You must be joking. I love horror movies. The lights dim for the film. Damien screams. Apologize, I was thinking about something far scarier than this movie, which is not scary at all. We settle in as the film starts. I offer Damien some licorice, and he takes one. I take a note of how much his hands are shaking. The title flashes across the screen in bloody letters. Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies. A pale man with long silver hair, glittering red eyes, and well-oiled abs sits up in a coffin. Awaken, my coven. 2 more vampires slide the tops of their stone coffins onto the floor. Brother, is it time? Yes, husband, but also mortal enemy. It is time. The 3 look at each other and then to the camera. For the Vampire Crusade. This rules. The trio of vampires flies off into the night as foreboding organ music plays in the distance. I somehow get lost in the movie. As dumb as it sounded, it's actually a pretty fun flick. We get to a tense moment in the movie where Romulus Trueblood sits at a truce meeting with the general of the human army, whose wife Romulus has fallen in love with. Romulus, it's good to finally meet you. General, I agree. It's good to finally blood you. Romulus leaps out and slashes the general's throat. Blood splatters over everything, including the camera. Damien screams again, reflexively, grasping my hand. I immediately blush, forgetting about any vampires or blood or vampiric blood. I'm terribly sorry. Damien retracts his hand and places it back in his lap. I was writing a novel in my head about blood magic, and I got to an extremely scary section. Damien goes back to quietly stressing over the movie. It's kind of cute that he won't admit he's afraid of it. I wish he would hold my hand again. Maybe I could do something to make him feel more comfortable. I've got it. I'll do what all dads do best. Start talking during the movie. Point out a plot hole. Did you notice how that guard fired 7 bullets, but his gun only holds 6 bullets? Yes, that's absolutely unforgivable from a filmmaking standpoint. It's almost unwatchable. It's funny how it's so much easier to point out tiny mistakes in the work of others than it is to actually go create your own thing, huh? Look, that's an anachronism. The rest of the movie goes on relatively smoothly, with only a few whimpers from Damien. Maybe he would have liked the romantic comedy better. We get to the final scene of the movie where Romulus Badblood and the General's wife embrace each other in his crypt. It appears that the true vampire crusade was a vampire crusade in our hearts, the cold, unbeating hearts, the friends we made along the way. Romulus and the General's wife begin making out hard.
What?
The film fades to black and the end appears on the screen. But then it hard cuts to Demetrius and his rival lover Carmela, who watched the two from afar. Oh no, twist ending. Our bloodline has been pure for 1,000 years. Romulus has betrayed us by loving a human woman. It will only be a short time before the next Vampire Crusade 3 evil must die again. More thunder, more ominous organs. The movie fades out again, and a bloody question mark now accompanies the end. Damien and I walk out of the movie theater amidst throngs of chattering moviegoers. He's a little more pale than I remember, but otherwise he survived the encounter. He seems even kind of invigorated. What an interesting film. While the premise admittedly struck me as pedestrian, I was intrigued by its harrowing love story and great attention to detail in regards to vampiric lore. Yeah, it was pretty good. A lot more vampire titties than I thought there would be. Come, the night is young. Let's take a stroll. Dame is making a point of not telling me where he's taking me. Still, I'm enjoying the walk in the cool night air. Being alone here with Damien is a lot better than being in a crowded theater. Lovely night, isn't it? As lovely as the company, yes. He thinks I'm lovely. Okay, here comes the smooth response. Thanks. No problem. Crushed it. We both stand there feeling a little awkward. I'm sure one smooth operator. Are you getting a little hungry? Maybe we could stop off and grab something to eat. Worry not, friend. I have a plan. We turn the corner and are greeted by the gates of a cemetery. What? Are we going in there? A little bit of Victorian flavor, Goobus, trust me. I'm a bit nervous, but Damien hasn't led me wrong yet. I follow his lead as we walk into the cemetery. Statues of angels stare down at us as we follow a path through the faded tombstones. As we crest a small hill, we get a beautiful view of the city. The night lights sparkle around us. I gotta hand it to him. For being in a cemetery, this is strangely romantic. Panicking in the graveyards is an old Victorian tradition, an appropriate finish to an evening after a vampire movie, wouldn't you say? With a flourish, Damien produces a blanket and picnic basket. Where were you hiding that? Under my cloak? Oh, right. Damien unfolds the blanket and we both sit down, gazing out at the city lights. He produces a bottle of red wine and a fine selection of cheeses. In the Victorian era, there were no public art galleries, parks, or botanical gardens to speak of. Once rural graveyards became a more popular alternative to church burials, they became the only place that people would see beautiful plant life and fine sculptures. That makes sense. This is pretty nice. I have a question, though. How are you so okay with being in a graveyard, but you had trouble handling a scary movie?
What?
I wasn't... He sighs deeply. Yes, I was extremely scared by that movie. I was not writing a book about blood magic in my head. I just have never been good at those. I just feel as if, because of how I look and act, people expect me to love horror films. One moment. Alright, it's just my dryer. I thought someone was coming in my house. Truth be told, I don't know if I have the constitution for them at times. Damien, I'm so sorry. If I had known, I would have suggested another movie. It's quite alright. I actually did find myself enjoying this one thanks to your help. Graveyards, however. I think there's something rather beautiful about death. Cemeteries are traditionally built away from cities, away from the realm of the living. and it keeps us rather separated from it. To acknowledge death and become comfortable with it, I think, gives us a certain intimate knowledge of ourselves. To sit amongst generations of those who came before us, to be truly alive in the midst of so much death brings me great comfort. Death helps me appreciate life, to savor every second. We sit and enjoy our food and wine. I don't feel scared anymore. Never thought I'd be comfortable sitting alone in a graveyard at night, but actually feel very peaceful. Suddenly it doesn't seem like we're alone. Off in the distance I see a shadowy figure in the trees. What is it? I'm not sure. It noticed us. I'm paralyzed with fear as it begins lumbering slowly toward us. It's a shape taking a more animal form, more feral. I looked at Damien for help, but he's just as afraid and transfixed as I am. I want to scream, but it's stuck in my throat. The creature is getting closer, moving faster. Oh, it's a dog. Oh, hi. As it finally comes into the light, the friendliest, dumbest little Boston Terrier I've ever seen pulls its owner toward us. The dog trots over to Damien and sniffs at his hands. Damien looks ecstatic. He ruffles the dog's fur happily. What a beautiful dog. Hey, we both look up, not expecting to see. Thanks. Robert, what are you doing out here in this lovely evening? Hunting cryptids. What? What? I didn't know you had a dog. This isn't my dog. I found her wandering in the street. I put a leash on her, and now we're walking around this graveyard together, hunting cryptids. Damien and I share a look. May I give her a treat? Sure. Wouldn't give her cheese, though. Not to worry. Damien reaches into the depths of his cloak and procures a small dog treat. What else is he keeping in there? The dog laps up the treat and crunches away, tail wagging furiously. Damien continues to smooth down her fur. Thanks. My absolute pleasure. Damien shakes the dog's paw. Lovely to meet you, my friend. May our paths cross again. Robert and his dog disappear into the darkness again. Damien stares after them. Didn't know you liked dogs. Victorians love dogs, actually. Most Victorian women of high fashion would always be accompanied by a small dog, such as a terrier or Maltese. I think big dogs are nice, too. Yeah, man, dogs are cool. I do believe we've had enough excitement for one night. What say we make our way home? Damien hops to his feet and extends his hand to help me up. I gladly take it as my knees aren't what they used to be. He packs up his picnic basket and leads us out of the graveyard. As we begin the walk home, I take one last look at the cemetery. It really is beautiful. Like a proper gentleman, Damien walks me to my doorstep. Thank you, ever so kindly, for your company tonight. Damien, it was my pleasure. Goobus, if you'll allow me, it would bring me great joy to offer you a token of my affection. Damien reaches into his cloak and pulls out a folded, monogrammed handkerchief. Thank you, Damien. Noble purpose. Damien shuffles his feet. I just want to say that it's rare to find someone like you. Someone who's open to my eccentricities. It's nice to feel so accepted. Thank you. Damien gives my hand a quick squeeze. Damien blushes and hastily retracts his hand. I must take my leave. Good night. Before I can say anything else, he's gone. I unlock the door and step inside. Like a whirlwind, Amanda runs from the window and plops down on the couch, trying to look nonchalant. Hey, Dad, what's up? Were you watching me from the window? No, I was just, okay, yeah. Lots of vampire titties. Told you. But as it turns out, Damien is... Wait, Amanda doesn't need to know that. I'll keep it between me and Damien. Scary, cool. Yeah, he's so cool, it's scary. Nice save, Goobus. Did you know that graveyards used to be a place to throw parties? I think I'm misremembering that. Wow, it's pretty punk. Also, we saw a dog. Definitely thought it was a werewolf for a minute, though. How can you be so sure it wasn't a werewolf? How can you be so sure I'm not a werewolf? And how can I be so sure you're not a werewolf? Amanda's eyes narrow. I don't trust you, nor I you. We make intense, wary eye contact for a second. Anyway, I'm calling it for the night. Don't stay up too late, will ya? I'll try not to howl at the moon past midnight. Don't smoke. Aw, yeah. Sick. Yes.
My dear friend, you've simply taken the egg on this one. Taken the egg is
It's a beautiful night and the air smells so fresh. Ooh, the long way home. We were already home, but that's fine. As I approach the bar, I can hear patrons inside cheering. I bet the game is on. Wonders my team's playing tonight. Drop of water hits my head, and now it's lots of drops of water. It's pouring rain. Maybe I should wait this outside. I order a beer from the bar and settle in. Turns out my team isn't playing tonight, but I can certainly enjoy the game regardless. The bar is unusually crowded, and the feeling of camaraderie over the shared love for the game makes me smile. Sports are nice. I look over into the corner and spot none other than Mary, sitting alone in the corner nursing a cocktail. Something about her seems different this time. Now that she's by herself and not hanging off some younger guy, she looks so sad. She looks up and half-heartedly raises her glass to me before staring off into the middle distance. I decide to go say hello. I walk over to her booth. She doesn't look up. The seat taken? She still doesn't look up. I take a seat anyways, and she finally notices me. Hey, cowboy. You alright? Never better. She hiccups. I guess she's a little far gone. Tears start welling up in her eyes. Oh. Will you walk a gal home? Sure. I slide out of the booth. Seems like Mary's having some trouble getting up. I reach out a hand and help her, but she waves me away. I got it. She clearly does not got it. You know what? Hang out here for a second. I walk to the bartender and pay Mary's tab. I don't know if you remember me, but I live in Mary's cul-de-sac, and I'm just making sure she gets home safe tonight. I know you. Yeah, it's nothing weird, just... She usually has one of the bar staff walk her home, but I trust you. She doesn't, go home with... I don't really want to say it. One of the guys she meets. Nah? Ain't her thing. Huh. I head back to the booth. Mary stumbles out of the seat and directly into my arms. It's raining a little bit. Take off my coat and hold it over Mary's head. Such a gentleman. Let's get you home. Mary and I walk in silence up the street toward the cul-de-sac. I have no idea what to say to her for fear that she might hit on me or not. What'd the bartender mean by ain't her thing? Sorry you have to see me like this. I'm usually not... I know Joseph doesn't like it when I... Just... Sorry. It's alright. Sorry if I'm ever mean to you. It's alright. No, it's not. I know it's not. I'm having a really... Forget it. As we get to the cul-de-sac, I can feel Mary starting to slow down. By the time we arrive at the doorstep, she pulls away from me. Wait, can we just... hold on. What's wrong?
Hey.
How about another drink? Old time's sake. Come on, Mary, it's bedtime. Mary looks me up and down, giving me a half smile. You're right. She pulls me in close for a hug, holding me for a little longer than feels appropriate. She mumbles into my chest. You're a good kid. Thanks for the company. Mary gives me a pat on the back, straightens out her sweater, and walks the rest of the way to the front door by herself. Interesting.
Welcome. You've got dads.
We got dads. Just seeing if anything's gonna pop up here. It's not. Okay. Guys, I feel like Damien's my man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like Matt a lot, but we're gonna go Damien. I feel it. Pretty serious. I'm ready, baby. Medicine is not always the best medicine. Ever since we had that picnic in the graveyard, Damien and I have been spending a lot of time together. We go on nighttime strolls pretty regularly. He was so impressed with the first letter I wrote him, he insisted we communicate by post instead of through dad book. I initially protested, but he gave me one of his old signet rings to use as a seal for my letters, and I couldn't say no. Hanging out with that goth dad again? Please, Amanda, you know his name. And yes. Be honest with me here, Pops. Is he actually a vampire? I remember you inviting him into our household that one time, and I've seen The Lost Boys, and I honestly would have preferred trying to see if he could have walked through the threshold of our home under his own power. Yes, Amanda, I have become Damien's familiar. I am compelled under his curse. I'm sorry, sweetie.
Aw.
Turn into a bat. I don't think... What's the point of being a vampire if you can't turn into a bat? Well, okay, I'm off. Are you taking the car, or are you flying off into the night with the leathery wings of a bat? One of those. While I'm out, can you throw away the garlic bread that's in the freezer so I don't die? That'd be great. I'm keeping it there as insurance. You understand, right? That's my girl. Damien and I walk around along the water's edge, chatting. Damien's cloak. He hates it when people call it a cape. Damien's cloak flutters behind him in the breeze. It's gonna seem like a silly question, but why do goths wear black? Gothic subculture has always been associated with death, so it would make sense that the style surrounding it would be greatly influenced by mourning. Interestingly enough, though, was that in the Victorian era, Queen Victoria herself mourned the death of her late husband for 10 whole years, wearing black for the rest of her life. If that's not goth, I don't know what is. I have another question. Go ahead. How are you so comfortable with death? You mentioned in the graveyard that it helps you appreciate your life, or something. I have experienced several losses over the course of my life, and I truly believe the only manageable way to cope with it is to accept that death is simply a part of living. It's a single universal truth for every human who has ever lived. I'm gonna die, you're gonna die, and life carries on without us. Doesn't that make you feel scared? Not at all. Without the advances of modern science, death was everywhere in the Victorian era, and yet funerals were major social functions. Victorians were obsessed with mementos of their loved ones, even going so far as to take elaborately staged photographs of their dead relatives. The minutiae of mourning was so complex that there were set periods of grieving that were deemed acceptable based on who in your life had passed. Now, we don't have any of that. If you lose someone, you end up feeling lost yourself, because we have no modern equivalent of those formalities. We need to allow ourselves time to grieve, to feel that loss fully, but not allow it to consume us. So no, I'm not afraid of death. I believe it's a waste to spend your life dreading the end of it. The time we have here is brief and fleeting and occasionally cruel, but it is not at all times precious. To stare death in the face and live despite that, I think, is a noble existence. Let's save the mourning for the dead. Wow, that's beautiful. You can see the moonlight in the bay glinting off Damien's eyes. He smiles. We turn the harbor and watch ship pass, breathing in the salty sea air. I look to Damien again and can't help but be entranced by his charm, his mystery. I find everything about him so fascinating. I lean in closer to Damien, closing my eyes as I do so. I'm so sorry I have to take this. Damien steps away for me to answer his phone. Hope it isn't Lucian again. After speaking in hushed tones for a few moments, Damien returns to me. Everything okay?
What?
There's an emergency. Lucian? No, thankfully, but I must take my leave. Okay. Is there anything I can do to help? Dads do have to stick together, right? You know it. Then come. There isn't time to waste. After a short drive in silence, we arrive at a rundown building in the outskirts of town. Where are we? It's better if I just show you. I push a surprisingly heavy door open and find myself in a dimly lit waiting room. A few rickety chairs line the walls, and there doesn't seem to be anyone behind the front desk. There are a few paintings and pictures on the wall, but they're so nondescript I'm still unsure what kind of place this even is. Wait here for a moment. I'll be right back. Damien walks off down the corridor, his boot heels echoing through the halls of the seemingly empty building. Distant howls echo from someplace I can't see, and there's a faint scratching sound like claws on tile. I cautiously peek down the hall and find stall after stall of scared-looking dogs. A few of them notice me and skittered up to the chain-link fence, sticking their noses through to sniff at the air. What have I gotten myself into? Suddenly the lights shut off. I panic, unsure of where I am or how I can get out. I stumble through the darkness, my breathing getting heavier and heavier. Damien? The lights finally turn back on. Hey, sailor. Mary, what are you doing here? You aren't here for the fight club? I don't want to get punched in the face. Great, because this is an animal shelter. What? We take care of stray animals, and then people adopt the stray animals. Didn't you see the pets when you walked in? Oh, I just Sorry, I didn't really expect to see you volunteering at an animal shelter. Wow. Okay, kid. Way to put me in a box. Dames, do you hear this baloney? Just one moment. Thunder cracks and a door bursts open. Appearing from the shadows, I see Damien? What? Hey. Whoa! It's Damien. He looks completely different. No cloak, no Victorian era clothing, no makeup. I wasn't planning to share this side of me until much later, but I'm not as goth as you think. I'm a systems administrator for the IT department of a realty company. I wear tennis shoes to work and I listen to Bruce Springsteen. I enjoy going to the hardware store and looking at storage solutions, and I volunteer at this animal shelter in my spare time. I'm boring. I'm fascinated with Victorian history and the goth lifestyle. That much is true. It's just not all that I am, and I need you to know that. I hate to kill the moment here, but there's some pressing business that needs attending to. Right. It's Duchess Cordelia. Again. Who's Duchess Cordelia? She's one of the pups, gets out all the time. She somehow learned to open doors, and now she's unstoppable. When did she get out? This morning. I went to go sing sea shanties to the cats, and when I came back, she was already bolted. I have to stay here with the pets, so I need you two to go and find her. Of course. Where could she be? She always ends up running off to the same places. Let me draw you a map. Mary starts scribbling on the back of the pet adoption form. She's very smart, ruthless even. You need to stay on your toes and get her back by sundown, or else she turns into a werewolf and starts eating people. What? You're a perfect little peach, Goobus. We just don't want her to be stuck outside when it's cold. Oh. I'll grab some treats and we can hit the road. Damien and I look out over the map Mary created for us. Man, I'm Nerd's house. At least you're not other Nerd's house. Looks like you're moving up in the pecking order. Congrats, kiddo. Other Nerd's house. Interesting. Kale. I assume this one is Robert. Very sick pad. Where should we head first? Let's go to the coffee spoon. Shouldn't be too hard to find Duchess, right? She's a pretty big pup. She wasn't kidding when she said the dog was smart. One time she correctly guessed the winner of the Kentucky Derby. It was a really great year for the bark, bark, bark. I don't know. What do you think our odds are, Goobus? No sweat. Hope for the best. Hey, Matt. Didn't expect to see you two today. What's up? Have you seen any stray dogs around? Can't say I have. You looking for one? Enormous. Cool. I find strays digging for food scraps in the alley out back sometimes. Be sure to keep an eye out. Okay. Softball field. Craig! Hey bros, what's up? Haven't seen a dog. I don't think so. Girls. Lucian's dad, Amanda's dad. Seen any dogs around. There's a big dog here just a few minutes ago. I don't think she had an owner, but I really wanted to play. We tried to play fetch with her, but she took the softball and ran. I think she ate it, actually. She was a lot of dog. Take another softball. Might come in handy later. Many thanks, Craig. Bayside. Old times, eh? I mean, earlier today. What do you think? Any side of the booch? None yet. Pops? Oh, hey! What are you doing here? Think I just stayed inside all day, vegging out on the couch and watching TV? Sorry. What are you doing? How to get a burrito first. Young miss, have you seen a dog around here? You bet. Mastiff. No dice. Aquarium.
Oh no.
No dog here. And then what kind of dog does a vampire have? A bloodhound. I was gonna say a bloodhound, Damien. Oh, he didn't like that. Sorry. Cul-de-sac. Hey, don't stop in the grass. I just mowed. Have you seen any unusual activity in the area today? Underwater lawn. Here we go. How dare you? Goose, please. You haven't seen a dog run through here, have you? A few hours ago, Maxwell barking at something. Garden has been torn to shreds. Feisty raccoon. Good luck finding the dog. Okay, we've already been all these places though. Head back to the coffee spot. Ah, brown mastiff, size of a house. Yeah, I saw it digging through the trash in the back. Ran away and I tried to get closer though. See the direction it ran in? Might have been running to the east, I think. That pup tore through three pans of old banana bread Kennedys. Nice. The road slice. Ah. So it went to the east. Feel like we're on the right track. If we keep this up, we'll find Duchess in no time. If you like dogs so much, why don't you have any? Lucian is severely allergic. I wouldn't put him through that. But there are still dogs in my life, so for that I'm grateful. There's about to be one more dog in your life, buddy. Splendid attitude. Alright, so he went to the east. Bayside. Not so east. Okay. Coffee spoon, so I guess back to the cul-de-sac. Hugo's front door is wide open. She can open doors! Hello. Oh. She hasn't broken anything in here yet. Wonderful. Now all you have to do is get the leash on her before she tries to escape again. Easy peasy. Come here. She's on her guard. We'll need another planned. Banana bread. Come here, girl. Nice and easy. We got some yummy homemade vegan and possibly gluten-free banana bread. Success. It's time to go home now. She won't move. She doesn't move. She's huge. This is a weird situation to be in. I think we're literally trespassing in our friend's house with this large dog. What are you nerds doing? Oh, hey. Looks like that. What are we doing? Trespassing? You do me in like that? This is bad. Ernest feeds the Duchess a pizza roll. She likes pizza rolls. Hey.
Sweet manchego.
What are you guys doing? Whose dog is this? It's a long story, but it involves a large dog who knows how to open doors. Hugo, may I present to you Duchess Cordelia? How do you do? We're friends. She got out. We've been chasing her all around town. Your house was her final stop. Can we keep her?
I don't know.
Ernest, I don't know if we have to, if we're set up to take care of Should you just call me Dad? Come on, please. Look how cute she is.
Oh.
Oh, they're gonna adopt her. The form's ready for you if you're interested. It's a deal. Sit. Seems to be happy with his new friend. I know, he called me Dad. Can you believe it? Damien places a hand on Hugo's shoulder. I certainly can. I think this will be really good for Ernest. It should teach him some responsibility. You should probably look into getting better locks on your doors, though. But do her right and she'll love you too forever. Thank you. Fine day's work. Ooh, Mary, I always feel like petting puppies. Good to know. And one last thing. Damien's been telling me about you. Glad he finally brought you around. Damien's my special boy. I love him. We go way back, and I got vested interest on his health, success, and well-being. If you ever heard him, Mary, he can fill in the blanks. Yes, ma'am. So, about the whole goth thing. I completely understand if you aren't interested in me anymore. What? Am I missing something here? Not a cool goth prince. I'm boring. I own 5 pairs of tennis shoes. I wear dumb glasses. Don't you care? You look so nervous. Damien, do you really think I only like you because of all the goth stuff? That's all cool, but the best thing about you is how passionate you are about the things you love. History, art, Victorian fashion, dogs, storage solutions. Doesn't matter what it is, you care, and that's awesome. And also, the glasses are very cute. You don't think I'm boring at all? If you're boring, then I don't know what that makes me. I spend too much time online shopping for flashlights. I get excited to mow my lawn on Saturdays. I get cranky about commercials being too loud. I've even been thinking about making my own peanut butter. Then maybe we can be boring together. It would never be boring if it was with you. Oh, a hug. I was so scared you wouldn't like me. Quite the opposite. His eyes are dark and soulful. May I kiss you? Of course. Do you want to help me take care of the puppies? Yes! Oh. That was lovely. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for everything. Very happy I can be myself around you. Glad, but I have one request. What's that? Can we keep sending each other letters? But of course. Hello, Father. I was sitting here on the couch this entire time. Hi, Amanda. So, are you guys, like, starting a vampire coven together? Oh, plot twist? Mothman. Damien's actually Mothman. I didn't see it coming either. Genius. Hello. Well, whatever's happening, I'm really glad you two are happy. You deserve it, Dad. I'm gonna head to bed. Catch you in the morning? Sure thing. Yes!
That was the jammiest bits of jam.
What?
I'm not quite
Interview
sure.
with a vampire. Go on all Damien dates. Cool, Goobus, have a cool. Hey, Dad. Something fishy? Rats. It's the feds. Try to send him a different direction, but even I'm no match for the power and funding of the U.S. government. They think they're gonna take me alive. They got another thing coming. Kidding. You're right. I have a little surprise for you. I can tell you're very bad at lying. Amanda, my dear, would you care to join me in the kitchen? Father, it would fill my heart with glee. I lead Amanda over to the kitchen table where a present lies covered under a tablecloth. It's nothing special, but I wanted to get you something. You graduated high school last week, and I know you told me not to make a big deal about it, but I dramatically whip the cloth off the table. Amanda's jaw drops. No way. I figure you probably won't be able to get cable in the dorm, so I thought it'd be nice to take a piece of home with you. A DVD box set of Long Haul Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Truckers. This is all 19 seasons. And bonus material, including commentary with actual ghosts featured on the show. Dad, I love this. Thank you. She gives me a big hug. Glad you like it. You want to hang out with me in the backyard for a bit? Toss the old pigskin or something? Totally. Oh. You told me not to make a big deal, but you seem to have forgotten that my entire mission in life is to make a big deal out of your accomplishments. So consider this your graduation party. Surprise. Dad, everyone's here. Yeah, everyone want to come and support you. Is that a mac and cheese bar? Sure is. Fully customizable down to the type of mac. And there's an ice cream cake. The good kind, with the crunchies in the middle. I don't know what to say. Don't say anything. Just go have fun with your pals, alright? I'm so proud of you, Amanda. She made the rounds. The first mac and cheese. Goobus, my dude. Pablo, how's the shirt business going? I got men's shirts, got women's shirts, I got tank tops in a variety of sizes, shapes, and colors. Each one of them is fine quality, screen printed with the logo and visage of world-renowned witch house. Outfit fake and fail. Purchasable at most respectable retailers, but more specifically, out of the trunk of my car. I'm also selling my mom's world-famous homemade apple butter. Never stop hustling, Pablo. We have real fluffy Samoyed right now. His name's Harold. Loves belly rubs. He always tries to lick your face if you get too close. Mrs. Christensen, thank you so much for telling me in great detail about every single dog currently at the animal shelter. Please tell me about the Afghan with 3 legs again.
Hey.
Sure, Quadro, we call him. It's one of those ironic nicknames. You know, if you're really interested, I could probably steal one for you. Really? Nah, but I could get you in to meet all of them. We could always use extra hands around the shelter. And if those extra hands also happen to steal a dog. I'm glad you two are able to bond over cute dogs. It really warms my heart. Dad, we're having a moment. Hey, Sailor, your kid's a good egg. Where's your goth prince? You two are usually attached at the hip these days. He's around. Stellar. It's not too hard to sneak a dog into college, trust me. I did it plenty back in the day. At one point, I had 3 cats living in my dorm. Dog Duchess. We're working on that. Got her in a disciplinary class. She's a wild spirit who runs where she may. I don't mind at all. Looks like the 3 of you getting along nicely. She's a valuable addition to the clan. If I hold up my homework in front of her, she'll eat it. Cool. We'll deal with that later. He's actually been a lot more manageable lately. I think taking care of the dog is good for him. Thanks for breaking into my house, I guess. Anytime. Goobus. Brian, you made it. I don't pass up on good Mac. What do you think of the party? It's not bad. Just not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. Don't let him bait you. Don't let him bait you. Thank you for the lovely compliment. Daisy trots up. Hi, Amanda's dad. Hi, Brian's daughter. See how that feels? This is a really great party. Thanks so much for inviting us. You're very welcome, tiny child who knows how to pay a compliment. Brian and I lock eyes. This isn't over. Hey, bro. Bro, this is a real rager, taking our older age into consideration. Trying to be in bed at a reasonable hour tonight. Don't like me to get too wild. Don't worry, dude. I'll keep an eye on your first fruit punch intake. You know, I'm really glad we're bros again. Me too, dude. Hi, little ones. Hello. Hiya. Thank you for all that ice cream cake. How much of that did you eat? Briar ate 4 pieces. Ask any witness. No, I didn't. Hazel ate 4 pieces and wants to pin it on me because we look like. I have your face. Nobody will ever believe you. Oh boy. I'll let you guys figure this out. Good seeing you, Craig. Let's hang soon, yeah? Totally. Tell Amanda congrats for us. Looks like you settled into this neighborhood quite nicely. Yeah, couldn't ask for a better cul-de-sac. Glad. Hopefully we'll see you more at church events. We've got a big schedule planned for the rest of the year. Sure thing, Joseph. And maybe if you aren't doing anything later, we could hang out sometime. Sure, Joseph. That'd be great. See you later.
Hey.
Perfect cheddar to mac ratio. Beautiful work, Goobus. Thanks, Hugo. You know, I'm really pleased to see Amanda going to her dream school. I'm glad she turned it around for finals. Me too. That scholarship money will really help. Gosh, she yeeted by. Amanda, come say hi to your old teacher. Hey. Congratulations on graduating. I know you're going to do great things at art school. Yeah, thanks. Wait, I just realized you're not my teacher anymore, so don't be afraid of talking to you. You no longer hold power over me. You're right. Go forth, adult. I can no longer give you detention. Yeah, I'm going to break anything I want. There's nothing you can do about it. Are you still mad about that time and give you detention for breaking my globe? Nope.
Oh.
And I'll have you know that the globe didn't even fit through the basketball hoop in the first place, so she'll fit into college just fine. Hey, Robert. Glad you could make it. Yep. Why is he being so cold to me? Everything okay? Sure. Why won't you talk to me? I thought we had something. Come on, Goobus. You know what this was. You were an object to me the same way I thought I was an object to you. I figured we were on the same page here, at least from how you were acting. But I don't want to be in this if there are feelings involved. I got too much to deal with as it is. I'll catch you around.
Oh.
Hey, man. Matt, let me know when Amanda leaves her college. I'll have a fresh batch of banana bread Kennedys ready for her. Thanks, I know she'll love that. Have you gotten that oregano smell out of your upholstery yet? Still working on it? Hey, Amanda's dad. Turn to spot Lucian walking up to me. Yes, Lucian? Thanks for inviting me to your party. Anytime, bud. I know I had a rocky start, but I'm glad to know you. Hope you know how much your dad cares about you. Yeah. My dad's had a rough couple years, and I know that it must not have been easy to raise me alone. He's kind of a weird guy, but I love him a lot, and it seems like you make him happy. So, you're cool in my book. Thank you, Lucian. That means a lot to me. Sure. Let me know if you want me to give you a stick and poke sometimes. Sorry about the oregano thing. Thanks for coming by, Lucian. See you around, Goobus. As the party starts to wind down, I take a seat on our back porch step. The sun is setting and everyone seems to be eating their fill. Amanda wanders over and sits down next to me. Killer party pops. What can I say? I was inspired. So, I also have something for you. For me? Why? Not to be completely genuine about my feelings for once or anything, but growing up wasn't easy. But it could have been a lot harder if it wasn't for you. Dad, you've been there for me through everything. There's been times in my life where you were my only friend. I was really scared of going to college and being so far away from you. But I realized that everything you've done for me has been to prepare me for this, and I'm ready. I wouldn't be who I am today without you. Don't cry, don't cry. I swear to gosh, Goobus, if you cry again. You're the best, Dad. I love you. And I'm crying. Anyway, that was enough emotional vulnerability for one day. Present time. Amanda hands me a tiny wrapped package. I tear the wrapping off to find a framed picture of me and Amanda. It's us. Kind of shocking. All our photo albums are just pictures of me, huh? I figured we needed at least one together before I leave. Amanda, thank you. Watching you grow up has been the happiest experience of my life. You're such a talented, intelligent young woman. I'm so excited to see what the future holds for you. Knock 'em dead, kid. Always do. Amanda and I share a hug. This is only the beginning, Pops. Plenty more memories for us down the road. Memories to make and stuff to break, right? I'm gonna break so much stuff. Intentionally and unintentionally. You're probably gonna have to pay for most of it. I just got an achievement for getting the good Amanda end. Be my honor. Looks like someone's been waiting to talk to you. Damien. I'll leave you to it. Me and the Emmas are gonna go get ice cream. Love you, Pops. Amanda runs off to join her friends. Did you know that in the Victorian era they would call benches seedy boys? What? Really? I'm getting Goobus, but what if? It's good to see any of your civvies again. Thank you. I had a revelation the other day, Goobus, and I think it was largely due to your continued influence upon me. There is a version of myself that might have been embarrassed to show you my true form, but my information technology form. What you said about me, about how my passion was what you truly admired, that emboldened me to feel like myself regardless of how I choose to dress and act. Instead of separate entities, they are simply different facets of myself, a three-dimensional human being with his own thoughts, wants, and needs. I love dressing the way that I do, but feeling constricted by what I thought was my own personal brand made me lose sight of why I did this in the first place, to make myself happy. Trying to be more comfortable with who I am rather than dwelling on who I could be to other people. I'm so proud of him. Damien, I'm so happy you realized that you can be a dog-loving goth. Me too, Goobus, me too. Ooh. How is your hair so soft? Dog shampoo. Keep running my hands through his hair and he leans closer to me. Placing a hand on the side of my face, he strokes my cheek with his thumb. You know, public displays of affection were considered scandalous in the Victorian era. But I think I can make an exception for you. Aw, yeah. Nice. The artist done a really great job. Wow. Build a dad. I love that. Yeah, there's a lot of these I didn't do because I took a path. This is not DVD by Pop. That's I loved that song. That was really fun. Playtesters. And all of our dads. Aww. Nice, that was fun. I enjoyed that a lot. So we're gonna end here, and I am gonna start a new game on stream after this one. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. I'll be back in just a minute with a different game, but if you're watching on YouTube and you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. It takes 2 seconds and it's completely free, so you can always unsubscribe later, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Bye.